Good morning. We'll call the August 12th, 2021 meeting of the Albany Utility Board to order. We begin by calling the roll. Dr. Adams? Can you hear me, Dr. Adams?
He's muted.
Okay. Dr. Adams, you're muted. We'll call the roll. Begin with Dr. Adams. Ms. Battle? Mr. Deal?
I didn't have any luck this morning.
Mr. Logue? The mayor's here. So maybe Dr. Adams and I showed up for the wrong day. Who else do we have on the line?
Mr. Deal and Dr. Adams are both on the Zoom call, but
Yes.
They don't appear to be speaking. I see them both unmuted. Dr. Adams, can you hear us? Mr. Deal, can you hear us? Okay, reach out to them.
Okay, could we call Dr. Adams and Mr. Deal? And could we just be in recess till 8:40?
Ms. Vanessa, can you hear us? Would you call Dr. Adams, Mr. Deal, and Mr. Lowe, and Ms. Battle? I don't think she's on it.
No.
Mr. Carter, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, just double checking.
Yeah, we can hear you, but we don't hear any of the board members.
Okay, I was just testing to make sure it wasn't everybody.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate that. You mute this phone again for us for a minute.
Good morning. It's Brenda. Hello, hello.
Good morning, Brenda. Hello, Jim.
Oh, good. I was like, nobody can hear me. Good morning, Stan.
Sorry to keep y'all. I had a little technical difficulty this morning. I had to reboot my computer.
Well, you know, I have to apologize. I forgot it was Thursday.
Okay. We ready?
You're live.
Okay. Well, again, I hope we've got everybody online.
We lost Dr. Adams, look like.
We had Dr. Adams, and maybe he's not with us for the time being, but We will again try to call the August 12th, 2021 meeting of the Albany Utility Board to order. I'd begin by calling the roll. Dr. Adams? Ms. Battle?
Here.
Mr. Deal?
Jim, you're muted.
How about? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Morning, Jim.
Okay, Mr. Deal, calling the roll.
Here.
Ms. Loeb?
Here.
Okay. Initially, the minutes have been circulated. Everybody's had an opportunity to review them. Any errors or omissions in the minutes as presented? If not, the chair would entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the July 22nd meeting.
So moved.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Dr. Adams?
Second.
Ms. Battle?
None.
Mr. Deal? Any discussion? Mr. Loeb?
None.
With that, we'll call the question. Dr. Adams? Ms. Battle?
None. No.
No, calling question.
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Deal?
No question. Move for approval. Yes.
Mr. Loeb?
Yes.
Okay, mayor votes yes. Motion minutes are approved as presented. The next item on the agenda is a recommendation to purchase equipment and hardware from Synchronet, Inc. for a total expenditure of $165,777. Mr. William, Ms. French, are y'all with us?
Mayor, I'll be speaking to that today.
All right, Mr. Trotter?
I'll be speaking on behalf of Ms. French.
Okay,
Okay, as you said, this is a purchase of labor and material to move telecom equipment from 207 to the Pace Building. Synchronet holds the maintenance and management agreements on certain equipment for telecom. They also are one of the telecom internet providers. This is SPLOST funded, so as you said, it will need to go to the city commission for approval.
okay. Dawson, anything you want to add?
No, sir. Mr. Trotter stated it accurately. I'm just here to answer
Okay.
any questions you all may have.
Any questions from the presenters? Dr. Adams?
He's having trouble still.
Okay. I understand Dr. Adams is having trouble getting back online. Ms. Battle, any questions?
No questions.
Mr. Deal?
None.
Ms. Loeb?
Yes, under the description of the services provided, it talks about relocating existing ECC equipment. And I just want to clarify and make sure that we are standing up the new data center, and the old data center and new data center will both be operational at the same time, so that once we are satisfied with the new data center, we just switch over.
That is correct. This is designed to have minimal downtime for our customers, and that is exactly how it's going to happen. They are going to move that old equipment out of the old data center for us, though.
Okay, but that's after everything's done, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. All right, that's the only question I had, Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Dawson.
Thank you, Ms. Loeb. The chair would entertain a motion to recommend this expenditure.
So moved.
Second.
Motion, is there a second? Motion and a second. Any discussion? Dr. Adams? Ms. Battle?
Sorry to keep meeting. No discussion.
Mr. Deal?
None.
Mr. Logue?
None.
Okay, with that, we'll call the question. Dr. Adams? Ms. Battle?
Yes.
Mr. Deal?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mayor votes yes. Mr. Trotter, you stay with us. This next item is a request to purchase 3 Viper ST solid dielectric, is that how you say it? Reclosers for substations. Can you tell us about this, please, sir?
Yes, sir. We're asking for approval for 3 reclosers from G&W Electric for $65,436. Back in 2017, the light department started standardizing equipment, their regulators and their reclosers. The delivery on time is 16 to 21 weeks, and staff recommend approval.
Okay. Do you have anything to add, Mr. Norman?
Yes, sir. I'd just like to add that most of y'all are aware, last year we had some issues with power outages at substation number 5, which is located at Magnolia and Dawson Road. These reclosers will be used at that substation to try to remedy that problem. And it will be charged to a capital account that we set aside for this purpose.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Norman.
Sure.
Any questions for the presenters? Dr. Adams?
You're muted, Dr. Adams. You're still muted, Dr. Adams.
What about now?
You're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Any questions for presenters, Dr. Adams?
No.
Ms. Battle?
None.
Mr. Deal?
None.
Ms. Logue?
Well, just one question, and it might be my confusion. Why is this coming before us? It seems like it's within the dollar limit that I thought Mr. Carter had authority to spend.
No, sir, that has been revised. That dollar limit now is set at 40,000. So anything above 40,000 will come before this group.
Well, then that was my error. Thank you, Mr. Carter.
You're welcome,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Chair would entertain a motion
So moved.
to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Dr. Adams?
None.
Ms. Battle? Mr. Deal?
None.
Ms. Logue?
None.
Okay. We'll call the question. Dr. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Battle?
Yes.
Mr. Deal?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mayor votes yes. The next item on the agenda is a request for authorization to purchase a 2022 dump truck, the Sourcewell contract. Mr. Trotter, Mr. Bednar, and Mr. McCook. Good morning. Who will be speaking? Mr. Rowe, who will be speaking to this item?
I'll start it off, Mayor.
Okay.
As you said, this is a purchase of a 2022 Kenworth dump truck from M&HC Kenworth out of McDonough, Georgia for the Stormwater Division. Total expenditure of $157,915.92. This purchase will be made off a Sourcewell contract. This also will be replacing an 11-year-old unit. This unit is in stock, which is amazing. Staff recommend approval.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Trotter. Anything to add, Mr. Rowe, Mr. Bednar?
No, sir, I'm just here to answer any questions.
Okay. Mr. Bednar?
No, that sums it up. We're trying to replace an older unit and we are extremely thrilled that this one is in stock.
Okay. And why are we thrilled that it's in stock?
Because just about anything out there right now is not in stock.
Okay,
There's tons of equipment is being held at manufacturers because of the computer chips still, and a lot of our vehicles are tied up in that. And there's about 65,000 brand new Fords that are sitting at airports waiting for computer chips.
okay, thank you, Mr. Bednar. Any questions for the presenters? Dr. Adams?
Yes, I think one of my questions was answered with the last discussion. Were there any local bidders? Apparently, you had a certain amount of difficulty even finding the truck, so I'm assuming that there were no local bidders. And my second question is the source of the funding. What was that again? I think you mentioned it, but I didn't quite understand it.
Dr. Adams, MNHC Kenworth has a Sourcewell contract, which we were purchasing off of, and the funding is from the Stormwater capital account. But so we are buying directly off the Sourcewell contract. It was not sent out for bid for local bidders, if that's what you're asking.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
We are purchasing off a Sourcewell contract, and this was not actually sent out for sealed bid.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions, Ms. Battle?
Well, other than I'm glad that we were able to find the truck. Can we check with some local people to see if they have it? I know that we were stated that we're able to, like I said, find it, but are any of the local, I'm like Dr. Adams, any of the local establishments, are they not able to, have things kind of come through them for this particular truck or no?
So this is when we're purchasing off of a Sourcewell contract. It's if I had to kind of put it in perspective, Sourcewell contract is like buying something off of a state bid. So when vendors wish to be considered, they propose bids on the Sourcewell contract, and then Sourcewell looks at the bids. They evaluate the bids, and the lowest bid with a decent vendor is the one that's selected. So any vendors, any of our dealers here locally are welcome to compete on that. But that is when you see us buying throughout the whole city under Sourcewell contract, that is how that contract is established. It's a pre-bidded contract. So
awesome. Thank you for educating me and the community on that.
Sure.
You also educated.
Deal?
No, I'm okay with it. We don't even have a Kenworth dealer here anymore, do we? In town? I know it used to be Beck Motors.
We use we still use our Peterbilt because they're all part of PACCAR. We lost a vendor and it got replaced by Worldwide, who also does a lot of the work for us, but mainly Peterbilt when it comes to doing warranty work and that kind of stuff. Because Peterbilt and Kenworth are all under PACCAR, so we're able to get warranty services and stuff like that done there.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Logue?
No questions.
Chair would entertain a motion to approve the expenditure of $157,915.92 to purchase the dump truck and to declare the truck it will be replacing surplus.
So moved.
Motion and a second. Is there a second? Okay, motion and a second. Any discussion? Dr. Adams?
None.
Ms. Battle?
No discussion.
Mr. Deal?
None.
Mr. Logue?
Done.
With that, we'll call the question. Dr. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Battle?
Yes.
Mr. Deal,
Yes.
Mr. Logue.
Yes.
The chair votes yes. And the next item on the agenda is consideration of the proposed utility board attendance policy. Issue was continued from last meeting to allow Mr. Davis to look it over. Mr. Davis, you have any comments about this?
Well, I want to thank everybody for the courtesy in offering me that extension of time, I'll call it. Pages 4 and the top of page 5 is what I finished up on, dealing with executive session meetings on certain topics. And vote that complies with the Georgia law, and just want to make sure that I had another chance to look at it. Thank you so much.
Okay. Mr. Carter?
Nothing further. The only thing changed was that that highlighted area there for Mr. Davis is speaking about. So if you have any other questions or anything, we're ready to answer.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Carter or Mr. Davis? Dr. Adams?
Mr. Davis, this is a question. Did you educated me on to vote to discuss on a tabled motion? I'm still a little confused about that.
Well, I think I apologized and sent out an email that said you were right. I know
I'm
I sent it.
sorry.
I mean, I hope I sent it to you.
No, I didn't see the email. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for that clarification.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Dr. Adams, any questions about this item?
None whatsoever.
Okay. Ms. Battle?
No questions.
Mr. Deal?
None.
Mr. Logue?
No questions.
Okay. I was at a GMA meeting and this weekend, and the presenter was talking about successful meetings, was discussing some provision in the law that recommends that people attend, so we need to look at that. But be that as it may, the chair would entertain a motion to approve the policy.
So moved.
Motion, is there a second? Motion second.
Second.
Any discussion? Dr. Adams?
None.
Ms. Battle?
No discussion.
Mr. Deal?
None.
Mr. Logue?
None.
Okay, we'll call the question. Dr. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Battle?
Yes.
Mr. Deal?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Appreciate staff putting this together for us. And now we need to understand we got to abide by it. So, let me ask.
Thinking about policies.
Yeah. Any other matters of other business to come before the board? Dr. Adams?
None.
Ms. Battle?
None.
Mr. Deal?
None.
Mr. Logue?
I just wanted to thank Ken Stock for getting out the information to us on the DAF proposed replacement and when we'll get more information. And I was also pleased to learn that that had already been taken into account and was part of the capital improvement plan that we approved for the stormwater and wastewater separation project.
Okay. And next items for the future agenda. Dr. Adams?
May I apologize, just for my clarification? Did we take final action on the Walmart issue?
Yes, sir. And
Okay, it has been finalized.
yes, sir. And the city commission voted on it yesterday.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Ms. Battle, items for future agenda? Mr. Deal?
None.
This time.
Mr. Logue?
Nothing.
Okay. With that, that will conclude our meeting. I appreciate you